Little Miss Recap contains adult language. Little Miss Recap is intended for entertainment purposes only. Hi everyone, welcome to Little Miss Recap. My name is Amy.
I am Amanda.
Good morning, Amanda.
Morning, Amy. How are we this morning?
I'm okay. It is Saturday morning. You guys will hear this on Monday. It is pouring rain here.
It's going to be doing that later today here.
Yeah, we're having a cold front.
Oh.
So they're saying that Monday and Tuesday it's going to snow.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, so back to Northeast Pennsylvania.
That's exciting. Yeah, no snow for us, just some rain. It was really warm yesterday, and now I think it's going to be a little cooler, which I'm fine with.
Yeah.
I don't need it to be 80 yet. It's still April.
I had pizza last night.
So did I.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm.
I had wood fired.
Oh, no,
with pepperoni.
We got this place. Oh God, why can't I now think of what it's called? But it's a square pizza, but it's not like a Sicilian pizza.
Right.
It's sort of like if Sicilian pizza and thin crust pizza had a baby.
Well,
so
that's
it's shaped like Sicilian.
That's traditional Old Forge style pizza is shaped like that.
Well, it was very yummy.
Yeah.
It was very yummy. And so I was happy
Except
with that.
Old Forge pizza has American cheese on it.
That's an abomination.
Yeah. Yeah.
I may have just had a piece for breakfast. Just say, may have happened.
Oh, square pizza for breakfast cold is absolutely delicious.
Yeah. That's
Yep.
Right in my little mouth.
Yepper.
It was exciting. So we are coming off a great week.
Yeah. Oh my God. We had so much fun.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. We talked about behind the paywall, but not on.
We did not on the public feed yet. Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. We hung out with our podcast friends.
Mm-hmm.
We were with Chris and Juan, who we got to know a lot better, and I was happy for that.
Me too.
We were with, of course, Bunky Mary Payne, Dr. Bunky Mary Payne.
You would never do one of these things without her.
A producer, Ingrid.
Mm-hmm. It was nice to meet Ingrid.
Yeah.
Get to know her. And then Jake and Matt.
Jake and Matt, our loves, the reality gays were there. And Becca surprised me.
Becca surprised you, which was, I'm so sad I wasn't in the lobby when she popped up. Just so I could see it. Because she and I were texting and I'm like, I'm coming right down. And then I come downstairs and she's there.
Can I tell you what was happening when she popped up on me?
Sure.
So I was in the lobby and I saw Poodle. And it was my first time, seeing him at the conference. So I was like, oh, Jake, da-da-da. We got into a conversation about like socioeconomic issues in like areas where we're from.
Okay. Yeah.
And we were deep into this. As you do, casually.
Casually.
And then Becca surprised me and I was just like, oh, hey, Becca. I was like, wait a second here. It was totally out of context. It was really funny.
That's awesome.
I was thrilled to see her. We had such fun. The three of us went to dinner. We had so much fun.
It was a wonderful week.
It was a good week.
It was a wonderful
week. We need to do it every year.
Well, I've committed to you. We will do this every year.
It's going to be like podcast camp. That's what we're going to call it.
I like podcast camp. I go to podcast camp.
Yep. We're going to go to podcast camp. I think it'll be fun every year.
It was great. Yeah. It was so much fun. But now back to the real world.
I'm back to these idiots.
Back to
So
reality.
I watched half of Yellow Jackets last night and I fell asleep.
Oh, girl.
I know.
Well, you need to see about the last 10 minutes.
Okay.
It's going to blow your fucking mind.
I'm going to be there. And for all of you wondering, what's going to happen with Gypsy Rose this week? It is coming out and Corey and Carly are going to be with us.
Mm-hmm. Very excited about that.
Because for all of you who that's the only show you listen to us for, which I doubt there's anyone.
Right. It will be out with Wednesday with Corey and Carly.
I think so. I think they release
That's when they
Wednesday,
do it.
Right?
Yeah, because it's out Tuesday night, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe they do it Tuesday. No, we're recording it Tuesday. So it'll be out Wednesday.
It'll be out Wednesday.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to doing my Ryan Anderson with, hey Corey, it's Ryan Anderson here. Red for yes, vote for blue for no. How do you feel about doing a crossover with Little Miss Recap? Red for excited, blue for not excited. 4,000 of you. Wow, you guys really care. You really care.
Are we going to get Rod this week? Probably not.
I can't.
One of our listeners did make a good point, though, that he may be a 28 day, like Jovi works 28 days off, 28 days. So he could just be at work, but
So
he was on
why
this
are we
bang trip with Christy.
but why are we filming when you know what the people want?
The people don't want that except for you. You are the people that want that.
He has a nickname of Hot Hot Rod.
That you gave him. That I have allowed you to continue moving forward.
How about I made a GIF yesterday
Oh god.
of Robert Durst with "Love It," but I can't figure out how to put it on Facebook. I'm working on it. It's coming. It's coming.
I don't know how to do GIFs 99% of the time unless there's a little button that says GIF, so
Well,
I'm
I
useless.
made this in Canva. I
Okay.
animated the text,
Whoa.
and then it said to export as a GIF. I'm like, "Okay,
Okay, see
there we
what
go.
happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens." Are Salty Birches videos doing well?
It
Salty
is.
Bitches?
People seem to really enjoy that. That as good as I knew it would be as we were doing it, it's so great. Kristen is just a gem, and we are so lucky to have her.
We really are.
Yeah, if you're looking for a social media person, talk to us.
Mhm.
We have a great
She's your
person for
gal.
you. Yeah.
All right, you ready to talk about these fools?
Let's talk about these fools. This is a good episode. There's a
It
lot to
was
talk about.
it was a good episode, and guys, if you wanna hear us talk twice about it,
Yeah,
head on over to Reality Gaze where we were safely in
it
Poodle's hotel room,
we were. We were.
while a lightning storm was outside recording this with them. So we're gonna be
Exactly.
on their part 2.
We
So, give it a try.
You and I would always be safe in Poodle's room. He has no interest in
Oh,
us
I
in
just
that
meant
way.
from the lightning, but yes,
Oh, yes.
yes,
Yeah, I
yes.
was meaning from his shenanigans.
And from his shenanigans, we are marked safe
We
at
are
all
marked
times.
safe. Yes. We do not come with the parts in which he
No,
is interested,
no.
and that's fine.
And I can't imagine if Poodle ever were to venture into the female anatomy that
That
it
he's
would be
coming for
this
us.
thing.
He's coming for either of us.
Oh, all right.
Okay, girl,
So,
let's go.
90 Day Fiance, season 11, episode 8, Love, Sweat, and Tears.
Sure.
Mhm, mhm. So, we are going to begin with my man Sarper
Mm,
and
mm.
Shekinah. By the way, uh, I'm just going to give everyone a little teaser for tomorrow's last resort. They ask Florian about menopause.
Yes, they do. Doesn't go good. Doesn't go good. Mm-mm. Boy does not know what that is.
And
And then
also
Rob trying to explain it to him is
and also Florian no longer my man.
Oh, we're out
Yeah.
on Florian
No,
now?
we're out on Florian again.
Oh, what if he starts doing something hot again?
No,
Are
no,
you really
no.
done?
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
I'll you'll have to wait until tomorrow,
Okay, that's fine. I'm just
but I'll get
surprised because
into
you
it.
that was short-lived, but okay.
But now Sarper's rising to
I
the top here.
we Matt Sharp, I know you're not listening, but if you are, come closer.
Yes,
There
Amanda.
there is a spin-off opportunity called Sarper Discovers America.
I know.
And Sarper just wanders the country. Every episode, he has to greet a new animal. That is a requirement. He has to come across some new animal that he has never encountered before and make friends with it.
He
But
has
I
to come
watch
in
the shit out of that show.
he has to come into a new environment every time. So, like,
Yes.
one day he's in Torrington, Wyoming
Right.
with Juan, and he's discovering the cows.
Right.
Then he's in LA discovering a house cow.
Right. And
Then
then
he's in
he's
Arizona and he discovers, like, a lizard.
right, or the javelinas that everyone talks
Mhm,
about that I still
mhm.
don't really know what they are, but I know we don't want them. He would
Then he
just
goes
yeah.
to Florida and he sees a little baby alligator.
No, we're gonna take him to Florida and he's gonna see a fucking manatee and he'll lose his
Oh, he'll
goddamn
lose his
mind.
mind. He'll lose his mind.
It's the
Yeah.
cutest thing I have ever seen.
We'll take him
Sarper
to
is
New York and he can meet a rat.
yeah, it'd be great. Sarper is really, really coming in for me this season.
I
I'm here for
know. I
him.
know. I love
This is a
him.
delight. This is a
So
Shekinah I don't care about, but I'm here for him.
they're talking about Dan, and he tells Shekinah, I am older than him, and I'm trying to solve, or I'm older now, and I'm trying to solve things by talking.
Good for you. This is not the
Shekinah,
guy we met.
no, and Shekinah brilliantly does this positive reinforcement with
Mhm.
him, where she's like, I love this version of you,
Mhm.
and I hope you do not go back. And she says, now I feel like he's really ready to meet Sophie,
Mhm.
her daughter.
Mhm.
The approval is important.
Ugh.
This approval is important. She's like, I think this version of you is so hot. Like, this is perfect. Perfect
Oh,
way to
yeah.
handle this,
She's
Shekinah.
hitting all of his notes
Mhm.
of sex,
Yep.
appreciation, being the big strong man, But getting what she wants also.
Well, because then she goes, "Let's go make the bed." And he goes, "Yeah, let's go to the bed." And he says, "I will not be modern there. I'm caveman.
And she's like,
Sarper
"That's fine."
caveman is coming." And she's like, "Great. I love Sarper caveman. Let's go."
Sarper caveman in bed is exactly where I want him. I
There
don't
you
want
go.
him out, at dinner on a Tuesday.
So they're flying to San Jose and they're staying in a B&B. Now, I don't know how long this flight is.
About 10, it's like the flight from Philly to Boston. Like it's doop,
Philly to
doop.
Boston. That's a
Yeah.
2-hour flight.
No, that's like a 45-minute flight.
Really?
Yeah. Like
Because
Philly to Boston.
Avoca to Philly is 30 minutes.
Yeah, but that's also your taxi and takeoff time. Like you're in the air for about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So from Philly to Boston, it really is like you get up, you level off, and then you descend. Like it's
Okay.
real fucking quick.
I'll
So
take your word for it because you've probably done it a million times.
I haven't done it a million times, but I've flown to Boston a couple times.
Mhm.
It's about the same flight and it's real quick. And when are we going to go stay in this Airbnb?
I know. It's
It's
beautiful. It's really
gorgeous.
beautiful.
I don't know where they are. We got to figure out where this boarding school is because it's got to be, I mean, it's in the South Bay somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's beautiful.
So Sophie goes to boarding school, as we know, and she has not agreed to meet Sarper, but she is just kind of springing it on her.
Yeah. Well, at least she didn't bring him immediately.
Correct. Correct. She made sure that he got out of his caveman phase first.
Yes, very
Now
smart.
she's bringing.
Very smart.
So we get a flashback to when he met her sister, Shariah,
And that
and
went real good.
and when he called Shekinah a slut. I mean whore. I mean bitch.
I have to say, Shekinah's
Oh.
playing this very smart. She's bringing Sarper up. So there's the opportunity for meeting. She is then plying her daughter with a nice pedicure.
Yes.
Think about it. If you want to get your
Yes.
girls on your side,
Mhm.
be like, let's go get a pedicure.
I absolutely would.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. So, flashback to Sophie saying the alpha shit is gross,
She's not
and
wrong.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Sarper says that was old Sarper, and then I
Mm.
wrote the rental house is very cute. We need to find where it is.
Yeah, very, very cute.
Shekinah goes to first see Sophie. She's doing like a recon. She's going to see Sophie on her own 1st.
Mhm.
And she and Sophie are getting pedicures, and they're talking about how Sophie has had to go through some of Shekinah's past up and downs with her as a
Ugh.
young child. I'm like, "Ugh."
I don't think being Shekinah's daughter is an easy path.
No, me either.
This is probably, as scary as it is, far and away the most stable Shekinah has ever been.
I'm going to make a blanket statement here and say, do Sarper and Shekinah bring out the best in each other?
I think they do.
I think they do too.
As weird as that is, I think they do.
I think so too. So she expresses that, okay, I am willing to meet Sarper. And she kind of tells her, look, when you do not hold back. Ask questions.
Yeah.
Press him. Pressure him. He can take it.
Yeah.
He's encrusted in jizz, 3,000 layers of it. He's strong.
Nothing can get him. Nothing can get to him at
Nothing
this
can
point.
get at him.
He's had every STI known to man. He is encrusted in jizz at all times. He's fine. He's well covered.
So Sarper, meanwhile, is on his own and he discovers sea lions and he goes berserk.
he wants to go lie with them. He wants to go play with them.
He wants to pet him, but I think they bite me, he says.
Yes. He says they're like Shekinah and me.
The mating dance. It's adorable. And that's where we leave these two crazy kids.
It was a delight.
It was
This
a delight. I agree.
Again, Sarper with animals is the best.
I agree. Would you like to take us to Stevi and Amani, which is not so great this week?
Oh, Amy. Okay. I'm trying to figure out it. There's a couple of things I think at play here.
Okay.
One, I think we're making up some drama here because I think they're fine.
Mm-hmm.
Two, if any of this drama is weird, she's very insecure.
Yeah.
And kind of emotionally immature. I just literally just recorded a podcast about being able to hold two things at one time.
Yeah.
And she's not seeing that he can be happy and sad at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, okay, let's talk. It's gym day. And Stevi, they're driving to the gym. Stevi points out a place she used to work. It's Dick's Sporting Goods. Maddie finds that hilarious that she worked at a place called Dick's.
Yes.
She's like, yes, you always have to put on the sporting goods part
of
it. So that's funny. And she says, it's
Do
hard.
you hear the rain pattering my window?
I can't, but I can see it.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
guys, we're getting intense weather. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go on.
She says, it's hard to be normal when there are so many issues. There aren't any
There aren't that
issues.
many issues. Your dad, your biggest issue you thought was going to be your dad was absolutely fine.
Right. Your issue is that Maddie has feelings.
Yeah, yeah,
That's your
you're right.
issue.
You're right.
So, Marty has never been to a gym with women, and this is really kind of freaking him out. He doesn't know where to look. He doesn't know what to do.
Okay, that's hilarious that he's trying not to look at them,
Uh-huh.
but, like, has to look that way because that's what he has to do
Right. So he
is
doesn't walk
absolute
into machinery or
is
something?
absolutely hilarious.
It is. Stevie has to ask where the men's changing room is. They go in, they change,
Mhm.
they come out. He is fucking jacked.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, he's real fine looking.
He is a nice specimen of a man, I'm not gonna
Mhm,
lie. He
mhm.
goes in he goes into the pantheon of very handsome 90-day men.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, yeah.
I agree.
And he also just seems so incredibly sweet. Uh, so he explains that the government is doing basically everything it can to make sure men don't get turned on by women.
This
Which
is
it's so weird to me.
it's a real problem.
It's so weird to
It's a
me.
real fucking problem.
I'm I'm f I mean, I was gonna say I know a lot about Iran. I don't know a lot about Iran. I know enough about Iran to not be surprised by any of this stuff,
Mhm.
but hearing him articulate every place he's coming up against something that is so antithetical to his cultural norms is fascinating to me.
And it's,
The dog walking,
yeah. Like,
would never have occurred to me.
you take a population of young men and you
Mhm.
suppress them sexually in every way, shape, and form.
It's not gonna
It's
go
a
good.
powder keg
Yeah, it's not gonna go good.
of jizz.
Of jizz, I don't know. Darce probably have things to say about it. It'd be
Yeah.
disgusting. So, he says he feels awkward and weird. Working out besides women is uncomfortable for him,
Mhm.
and he's afraid to look at anyone. And the camera's fantastic because it's just zooming in on every woman there who's just in her sports bra and
I know.
her tiny little shorts. It's
Could you
hilarious.
imagine what it must be like, and this is, from a white woman sitting in America.
Mhm.
Imagine what it must be like to be a woman in Iran.
Oh, I can't.
To just feel like your sole purpose is just a sexual object and you have to be covered and hidden away at every
Right,
turn. Ugh,
right.
Jesus.
And you have no autonomy and no control over your
No,
own life.
no, nope.
I can't imagine it.
I
I
know.
can't imagine it. One of the scantily clad women, who isn't at all scantily clad, she's just dressed for the gym,
Yeah.
has to help him with the weight machine because he doesn't know what to do between pounds and
And he's
kilograms.
like, "Oh my god, don't talk to me. Don't
Right,
talk to
"Don't
me.
don't look
Don't
at
touch
me."
me."
And he's thinking Stevie's gonna get mad. She's not mad about that at all.
No, no.
She's not insecure in that way, which is usually how these stories show up,
Yeah. Yeah.
but that's not what this is. And so now they talk about that woman as if she's not even there, and she's a
Mhm.
mere 2 feet from them, so
Mhm.
that's great. And Maddie asks if she'll be okay with him doing personal training of women. See Sarper and Shekinah, that was a problem.
Mhm.
And she just wants to know that he'll be professional at all times, and so they kind of joke. She's like, "Well, what do you do if a woman asks you out?" He goes, I tell her I'm married." She's like, "Okay, that's the right answer. Good,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
fine. That's fine."
Don't let him watch Married at First Sight because we know what goes down in the gym, and we
Oh,
don't want anybody getting any ideas.
we don't need any F's and V's on a treadmill. We don't have time for that. Oh, we watched the Where Are They Now last night.
Ugh.
It was so bad.
Did that idiot propose to MM again?
N No, I didn't see
Okay.
that, but I think we bailed on, like, the last 10 minutes because I was
Okay,
like,
I
"This is
think that
fucking
was on a
stupid."
podcast.
Maybe. Amy, this guy is r I don't like this guy at all.
No.
He is
No.
so weird. He made a sex joke during the commitment ceremony in front of Pastor Cal.
Ugh.
Pastor
Okay.
Cal was like, "I can tell you 2 are very physically attracted to each other," and Brandon does the hand things, like, at the altar with his woman there in a wedding dress, which is the weirdest fucking thing I've ever seen, and Pastor
Okay.
Cal's like, "Okay."
Wow, this
Wow.
guy.
Yeah, this guy's gross. Okay, so let's see. She asks if he'd be okay with her painting men. And now we have a
Mhm.
conversation all about all of the boobs that were in the house, which, by the way, in a minute, we're going to go back to her home. None of those boobs are out.
Okay.
So they
Yeah.
very clearly told her, take
Yeah.
all your art, put it around, see if he freaks the fuck out.
Yeah.
Because
Clearly.
that's not how this is. And asks her if she's bisexual. And she refuses to answer and is really being actively evasive about it.
That's interesting,
It
right?
was very strange to me.
I applied for a job yesterday because once in a while a great job will come along and I'm
Sure.
like, I could do that.
Yeah.
And they asked me my sexual orientation.
Yeah, they're doing that for demographics and for they're actually it's actually good when someone asks you that mostly. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
sure there's companies that use it for ill, but
Yeah.
that is to help support DEI initiatives.
Oh, I refuse to answer.
And that's fine too. I always
Mhm.
answer, but you can
I'm a
refuse
Gen
to answer
Xer. I'm
too.
not answering that shit.
It doesn't it actually any of the hiring managers and stuff, they will never see it.
You're lucky I put my address down.
Yeah, no, they'll never actually see it.
I know, I'm just
So,
kidding.
they won't know that, but
I just
yeah.
thought it was weird. I applied to millions of jobs and never saw that part of it.
I
I
see it
saw,
about
like
60% of the time now.
yeah, I saw, like, you do race and a lot of
Mhm.
times lost gender assigned at birth and stuff or
And
whatever, or gender
veterans and
identification,
veteran identity, yeah.
but I've never seen sexual orientation.
Mhm.
I thought it was weird.
Well, I
Mm,
work in tech, so a lot of those companies are asked because
yeah,
they're
yeah.
just open to that sort of thing. Anyway.
Hey everyone, stay tuned. Little Miss Recap will be right back after these words.
So she says even her dad asked if she's dating a woman when she tried to spring the surprise of Madi on. And she says eventually she says she won't give the answer he's wanting, so they should end the conversation. And he
Okay.
isn't okay with the non-answer. This
What
is
do you think
weird.
about her not answering?
Part of me is like, it shouldn't matter. I'm with you, so
I
who gives a
agree. I
shit?
agree.
But it matters
But
to him.
but I
But
agree
why
with
wouldn't you want
you.
your husband to know you fully?
I agree with you, but let's put on our, trash hats. Beep.
Yes.
And do we think that she just is bi and doesn't wanna say it on camera because her father wouldn't be accepting?
Could be.
Hmm.
Could well be. I mean, she lives in a conservative part of the country. She may just not
Right.
want to be open with that. She
Maybe
may
she
know that
thinks
Madi's
people
not
wouldn't
okay with it.
yeah, maybe she thinks her neighbors wouldn't understand.
And maybe she doesn't want to say she's not bi because then maybe one of her girlfriends comes popping out of the woodwork and goes,
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
know a little something different. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was weird. It
Yeah,
was definitely weird.
it was a choice not to answer it.
I mean,
And a lot of times that choice says more speaks louder than
yeah.
if you just answer it.
I mean, I've told the story many times. My mother asked me repeatedly in high school and college if I was a lesbian because I
Mhm.
love the Indigo Girls. And I
Yeah.
would always answer because that was the answer. There was no reason to be evasive or not. And I'm not a lesbian. So
Yeah. My mother wouldn't answer because probably didn't even know who the Indigo Girls were.
probably.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we're back at home and we're having a romantic date night with electric candles and wine.
Mm.
Here we go. Stevie looks amazing. She's beautiful.
She's beautiful.
She's really
They're a
beautiful.
very good looking couple.
They're a very good looking couple. And Madi says, everything looks so cute. I love him. And he says back in Iran, if he never saw his parents be affectionate with each other at all. So
Mhm.
dates are new, affection is new, all of
Mhm.
this is new for him.
Mhm.
And she's like, it's new for me too. I'm not romantic at all. She kind of was like, I feel
Okay.
that way sometimes myself.
Mhm.
She's just so insecure. It's
Yeah.
really
I know.
sad. It
I
really
know.
bothers me. And he talks about not being able to drink in Iran. And it amazes me how she continues to be surprised
Yeah,
by
it's
the things
almost
he
like
says.
she didn't Google any of this.
Right, or hasn't
Yeah.
been talking to him for well over a year. So,
Or just doesn't turn on the news.
right,
Yeah.
right. So, she says she wants to paint him naked. He's not
Mhm.
into that.
Mhm.
Now, she says, "What if we covered my butt and then I sit on a canvas?" And he's like, Not into that either."
Yeah.
It's a little strange. And it comes down to really he just doesn't want people to see his wife's ass, which okay, fine. And he says there's so much culture shock and he doesn't want others to see her butt on the canvas. So then she offers her boobs. That's not going to work either.
No.
So they settle on painting Amy his guns. The number of times they say your guns, your
Guns out,
guns,
suns
my
out. Suns
guns.
out, guns out.
I was like, okay,
Mhm.
we get it. He's
Mhm.
got nice arms.
He is jacked,
He is
but, like, not overly.
no,
Yeah.
he's hot.
Yeah.
He's hot. I don't like super muscly dudes
Yeah.
normally. He's
Yeah, I'm
hot.
like Goldilocks. I need to be in that middle area, the middle bit.
He's in the just
Mhm.
right area.
Yeah.
And her house has very little of that art around it anymore. So I'm like,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
was all a thing. And this looks ridiculous. They like paint his arm and his shoulder and then smack it on a canvas. And then they
Mhm.
have to basically paint it anyway because it doesn't really do what he wants or she wants. And now
I
Maddie,
love this. I love her
I
artistic
know it's great.
ideas. It's great.
It's great. I love them. They're fine. Now, Maddie talks about the fact that there are going to be changes in the cost for the changing of status once they get married.
Yeah, this was interesting because I felt like he was kind of indicating did it have to do with an election here?
I don't know.
Because he
I
was
mean, it's
kind
all
of
US things. Whatever's happening in Iran has no bearing on the cost
right,
of
because he was kind of saying, like, things are like, I didn't know if he was talking about changing administrations, but they wouldn't have been filming at that point.
Probably not. I don't know.
Or I
Maybe
don't
it's
know.
like new fiscal year, July 1st.
Maybe,
We're
maybe.
changing our prices on shit.
I
Like,
just thought it was interesting. It seemed like he was hinting to something going on that
maybe.
we didn't know.
I don't know. But regardless, he's worried about the money and he's like, let's just get married now and save the money. Let's just get it
Mhm.
done.
Mhm.
And she understands logically, but it's a lot to process. And she's nervous about him being truly committed. Girl, he's saying to you, let's get married.
Yeah. Yeah. He wants to
And
get married earlier.
right, to you, because he
Right.
wants to be with
Correct.
you.
Correct.
And he says he'll be happier soon. And she's terrified he isn't going to want to stay. And he is 100% sure that's what he wants. He's just homesick.
Mm.
Again, he can be really happy with you and miss his family. One doesn't take from the other.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she says, this is confusing for her. I'm like, what's confusing?
Yeah.
It's
I
really
don't know.
clear to me.
Yeah.
So now she wants a guarantee that he will always be okay. Girl, he's going to have hard times.
Yeah. It's just part
It's
of being a
weird.
partner, dude. Yeah. You
Right.
just have to.
She's just so afraid he's going to leave her that she
Mhm.
can't.
It's the Jessica Juan principle as well.
Yeah. Is this life going to be okay for you?
Yeah, it's like, is this enough? But in this situation, he is coming from, he has said, a worse situation.
Uh-huh.
It's
Yeah.
just that it's his family that he's going to miss. And I totally get that.
He's not jonesing to live back in Iran where he
No,
can't work out with a woman. He
no.
misses his mom.
Yes.
Like, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And she says she says he's realizing that she has a choice too, or he has to realize she has a choice too. She could say no. I'm like, why would you say no? You just spent all
Yeah,
this time and
this
money
is
to bring him
stupid.
over here.
This is stupid.
And she says every time he talks to his family, he gets homesick and it's putting a strain on their relationship. Well, that's a you problem, girl. That's not a him problem.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing the person she loves deteriorate is hard for her. It's hard for you. It's hard for
Maybe
him.
so. Well, go ahead. I'll save my theory
I'm
for
struggling to have empathy
this.
for her in this
Yeah.
because I'm just like, this isn't about you. And he's trying so hard to balance his old and new life, and no one is happy, and he feels stuck in the middle. He thought he was doing better at hiding how hard this was for him, and she says she can always tell, which is a good sign that she
Mm-hmm.
can tell when something's up. She suggests maybe call your family less. What?
So here's my question for this. On the surface, this sounds terrible, but I wonder if it's a situation where the mom is guilting him.
It could be.
And
It
if
could be.
that's the case, then I could see her being like, you know what? Just maybe call her every other day or
Yeah.
once a week. Like if mom's on the phone crying, like, how could you have left me?
I would need to know more about those
That could be a
conversations.
problem.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But I don't think trying to gatekeep how often he talks to his family as he works through his
I
grief
don't think it's a good look.
is not good. And she says talking to them daily keeps him in the mindset of living there and not here. He's not in a mindset of living there. He just
No.
misses his family.
Yeah.
And he thinks she's being selfish, and I agree. And he gave up everything for her, and if she isn't willing to trust him, maybe she's right. They shouldn't marry. And she says if he isn't 100% sure she isn't 100% sure she can't marry him. They're both 100% sure.
Right.
This is annoying me. Okay. I'm
Okay.
done.
Mark and Mina showdown at Bald Head Island.
Wow.
Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
So, as we remember where we left off, everybody was shitting real hard on Mina and she walked away. Jordan brought up the prenup. She
Mhm.
walked away. Mina walked away sweating and crying.
Yeah. Everyone's unhappy basically as we leave.
Yeah. So, Mark is finally like, oh, maybe we're all ganging up on Mina.
Oh.
Maybe this isn't good. So she's still off to the side crying and she says they're trying to make me sign a contract, blah, blah, blah. Mark says he needs everyone to get on board with this. We have a daughter together.
Yes.
Let's not
Guys,
forget. See that kid
this-
over there running towards the highway? She's mine. She's mine.
You see that child that no one is tending in the least and that may die in a tragic way because no one pays attention to her? That's
Nope.
my kid.
That's my kid. He's like, I don't want everyone ganging up on her. So he finally decides he should maybe go over there and apologize to her. You think?
Mm.
Maria, again, wanders off. We just see her running around. Mina is upset. Jordan wants everyone to know, though, that she is upset too.
Oh, poor boo-boo.
So she sends grandma in. Okay, so we talked about this with Jake and Matt, but I want to talk about it here. This mother has been doing this for Mark's entire life.
This mother is solely on the cleanup squad for her idiot son who just does
Yeah.
stupid shit.
Yeah.
She probably was in the middle of their divorce.
I always pay close attention to how the family acts around somebody.
Mhm.
The hot brother is like, "You're an idiot."
Right. We're not even
Jordan
getting
is like, "You're an idiot."
right.
Dad's not saying much, and
Mhm.
mom is like, "Ugh, I gotta go clean this up."
Right. I'll go talk to
Mhm.
her.
I think Mark is real dumb when it
And
comes to things.
I agree. And how he comes up to his mom is like, can you go talk to her? You've got like a better pulse on this than I do.
Yeah. Yeah.
What pulse is there to get? You're an
So
idiot.
Mark's mother's great. She calms Mina down. She says, this is not personal. It's just
Mhm.
family trying to protect themselves. Or, I don't know what she says. Mark's mother gets Jordan and Mina to talk now. And Mina apologizes for calling Jordan a snake and reinvites her to the wedding. And Jordan does the classic, "I'm sorry if I upset you."
Oh, what's a great
Fuck right
apology.
off, Jordan.
Yeah.
I don't think, and do you want to talk about your theory here
Yeah, I
that
can
you
talk about
have?
my theory. So
Go ahead.
there's a lot of talk in all of our groups and in all the podcast world about Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
I need to say, first of all, I think Jordan's a brat and I think she's not acting great.
Mm-hmm.
That said, and everyone's like, she just is worried about the money. And she might be. Hence the
Yeah.
prenup or whatever. She might be.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot deeper than that for her. And I think what could be happening here, again, I don't know her life. I don't know their history, but Mark is a professional pilot. He probably was not very present in her childhood because he was always flying somewhere. Pilots
Mm-hmm.
aren't sitting at home.
Yeah, pilots are gone quite a bit.
Pilots are gone a lot. And
Yeah.
as a private pilot, it's probably even a less consistent schedule. He can't necessarily say, I'll be at your 6th grade play. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
he can't live that life. And I think she's looking at Maria and some broken little girl part of her is like, why does this little girl get to get my dad and I didn't?
And I think
Why
that's
does
a
this little
great theory.
why does this little girl get to have a present parent and I didn't? And
Yeah,
it
she's
sucks.
jealous. And
She's jealous of this baby.
I don't blame her.
I don't either. She needs to go to therapy and work through it.
Like if you say this grown woman is jealous of this child, it sounds
Objectively stupid.
objectively stupid. I can't talk today. But, when you think of all that's behind it,
Yeah.
it's not stupid for Jordan. And
Yeah.
you're right. She needs to work through it. And it's
Uh-huh.
not Mina or Maria's fault.
No.
This is a Jordan and Mark issue.
This is a Jordan and Mark issue.
And remember when she said a couple episodes ago, she said, "I'm worried you're going to have this new family and you're going to forget all about me."
Exactly.
And I said
Exactly.
to you, that's what this is about
That's
right
what it
there.
is. And
Yep.
I've talked about it. My dad went to medical school when I was a kid. He wasn't present in my day-to-day life. He just
Mhm.
wasn't.
Mhm.
And when I was Jordan's age, I was still very angry about it and
Yeah.
very hurt by it.
Yeah.
I'm also probably now 25 years older than Jordan.
Yeah.
I'm fine. I went
Sure.
to a therapist and I worked through my
Right.
feelings about it.
Right.
And
Right.
adult me can look back on it and go, no, my father didn't choose medical school over me. He made choices that it wasn't one or the other. He
Yeah.
tried to have both.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Probably Mark did try to have both in some way.
Yeah.
But as a kid, you feel like, oh, your job is more important to you than I am.
Yeah. I agree.
So
I agree.
it's hard.
So, Jordan rejoins Mark now, and she's actually holding Maria.
She is.
Yeah.
She is.
Which is nice.
She's going to warm to this baby at some point.
Yeah. So there's like a temporary truce.
Mhm.
And Mark even saw them together and he's like, "Oh, look at sisters." Okay.
I don't know if you want to push that quite so hard yet, dude, but okay.
So she tells the camera that I said yes to the prenup for now, but we need to have a closer look at this. And then when they're leaving, Mina drops by the way, Mark, not signing that prenup.
Mm-hmm.
So there we leave them.
I mean, if I were Mina, I would say, yeah, we're going to need to talk about it because I wouldn't sign a prenup that says if we divorce, you get nothing.
Right.
I would sign a prenup though that says if we divorce, this is how I get to be taken care of.
Yes, agreed.
Those are two different things. Because everyone assumes that like you sign a prenup that the people signing it get nothing. No, it's
Agreed.
a negotiation of what life would look like should this happen.
Let's go to Sean and Alliya. I will say before we get too much into this that BDF Julie reached out.
Okay.
And she said she believes that the dog is a Bermadoodle, which is a Burmese mountain dog poodle.
Okay. I love burners. They're so cute.
Yeah. So.
I worked for a woman who had 2 Bernese Mountain Dogs and a Great Dane.
Oh, very cute.
Very cute.
Great
Or 2
Danes are
Great
very
Danes and a
cute.
Berner. I don't
Yeah.
remember which order it was, but think about how much dog that is in a house.
Yeah. It's a lot of dog.
I need Maxwell in my life at all times.
Mhm.
So, and what I need to do is put the GoPro on Maxwell and let him run through his life, and I will watch
Yes.
that footage along with Sarper.
Maxwell meets Sarper.
Maxwell needs to meet Sarper. I
Yes.
need this to happen
Needs
because
to happen at
Sarper,
the tell-all.
they're both in LA.
They're both in LA.
We
It
can
needs
make
to
this happen
happen.
easily.
Mhm.
You know
Mhm.
Shekinah knows where all the gay bars are in WeHo.
Yep.
It'd be fine. Go
Let's have
meet
a
the dog.
meetup at Hamburger Mary's.
Yes. Which apparently there was a Hamburger Mary's in Philly at one
Yeah,
point, but
there's
it
a
closed
chain.
down.
It's a chain, yeah.
It's a chain, but yeah, there was one in Philly, one of the BDFs pointed out, but it's
Yeah.
not there anymore.
Damn
Maxwell bounds into the room and onto Alliya.
it.
This dog is so cute. And they banged last night, so everyone's good.
Mhm.
Amy, up on the corner is that fucking creepy doll.
I know.
The
I
creepy
know.
doll is back.
The creepy doll has resurfaced.
Why couldn't the creepy doll just stay in Brazil?
It's done on its murdering spree in Brazil and has now immigrated to the United States to
It's
murder
gonna come
people
and kill
here.
me, isn't it?
Mhm. Yeah, probably.
That doll is gonna kill me.
It
That doll
hears you talking about it right now.
does. I need to
Yeah.
stop talking about
Yeah.
it. So Alliya says she has limited patience for this dog being in the bed. She's
Yeah.
okay with it for a minute and then out. We learned that Sean has a very fancy bed. It vibrates. It's an adjustable bed. So we're starting to play with
That
that.
bed has seen some things.
That bed has seen some shit.
Mhm.
And he jokes that he could use the upright feature to get her out of bed and make her start her day. It was actually very cute. It was
Mhm.
like, you are a slow riser, my girl.
Timmy and I have a up down bed.
Oh, you have I didn't know this.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
So we
look how fancy you are.
yeah, we recently bought a new bed when we upgraded to the king size bed, which was the best purchase of my life.
Yeah.
And there's a new thing now where they're like, yeah, you could buy a box spring, but for like $100 more, you could buy this platform that rises and goes.
Uh-huh.
Like when we were kids, we grew up with the Craftmatic adjustable,
Oh God, I
and it
thought that
was
was the height
thousands of dollars.
and the height of fancy
Yes, because it was this whole
system.
mechanism, right?
You had to buy
Now
the special frame, the special
it's
mattress, all
so
the things.
not like that anymore.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like lightweight. You put it like in your bed frame, and then it just up and downs any mattress. It's really
So could I
nice.
theoretically get one of those like
Yeah,
platforms and
yeah,
just
and
start?
you could
Oh,
just put your mattress on top of it. Yeah,
interesting.
so we have the up
Interesting.
and down, and Timmy gets real annoyed with me because I always forget we have it and I never use it.
Mm,
And so I'm just like stacking pillows and watching TV, and he's
right.
like, You know, we have the bed."
Right. We could just press a
Like, "Oh,
button and
right.
fix this.
Yeah.
Right, right, right. Yeah. So he's got the special bed. Now, Aliyah's going to go to the bathroom to wash her face and brush her teeth. And now Sean's cuddling the creepy doll.
Yeah.
Why?
I know.
Why?
He's
Why?
trying to stop it from murdering. He's
I
trying to
guess.
whisper in its ear.
And she finds that her toothbrush is on the holder and freaks the fuck out
Mhm.
because
She's
of
not
the
happy.
germs. I'm actually worried about this for her.
It's bad.
This is bad. This is bad. This isn't just like I like things clean. This is I have some sort of
Mhm.
mental health issue around cleanliness. I
She
don't know.
needs some help for
She
it.
needs some help with this. So
Again, they always say when things like this are interfering with your daily life,
and that's what it is for her.
that's when you need help.
Yeah. So she demands a new toothbrush and is shocked that he would just leave his out. And then he kisses her. And she wants to go out and get stuff to clean and something to protect her toothbrush, etc. So Sean thought at first that this was just about her being a nurse and being real
Mm-mm.
into cleanliness, but he's now realizing that this is real germophobia, maybe even bordering on hypochondria.
I didn't have this on my bingo card for
I didn't
these
either.
two.
Me neither.
No.
And he says he tries to accommodate it as much as he can, but there are things that he refuses to do. I'll be curious to see once we get to a refuse to do thing. I don't know
Like
what that
what?
looks like.
Like clean?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't know. So we learn as they're driving to the pharmacy, we learn that living in the mountains in Brazil is a slum, but in LA, obviously it means you're super rich.
Yeah, that was interesting.
That was
an
interesting too.
interesting conversation.
So they go to this not chain pharmacy at all because obviously they're the ones that are going to let him film there. And they see a bunch of dog toys. Alliya wants to buy all of them for Maxwell. And
Mhm.
Sean is like, yeah, they'll last all about 5 minutes till he destroys them. So she gets him a carrot.
Yeah,
Cool.
he's an aggressive chewer, I guess.
Yeah. Oh my God. I think
That's
I've only-
Arlo. I can't buy him anything.
Yeah.
Chews right through it.
When Charlie and I had a dog Max, we used to call it CSI Max because dog toy, within 5 minutes, its face was ripped off.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
used to like line them all up with no faces and take
Mhm.
photos of them.
That's
'Cause
Arlo. He'll chew through anything. He's a
Mhm.
very aggressive chewer.
Yeah, but so was Max. We just
He chewed the
stopped buying toys.
drywall when he was a puppy.
Ooh,
He chewed
that's
the
pokey little puppy level.
Yeah, he chewed the door frame. Timmy had to
Ooh.
repair these
Oh, I'm
things.
sure Timmy loved that.
Yeah, loved it, loved it. Loved a dog chewing on his drywall.
Mhm,
Mm.
mhm.
Mhm.
So, as they're looking around, Alliya sees an at home HIV test kit and is amazed that such a thing exists. They don't
Yeah.
have them in Brazil. Wonders if she can trust it. And Sean's like, yeah, they're fine. We can do that. She gets tested for HIV monthly,
Yeah.
which is interesting because, yes, they have an open relationship, but she has said she has not acted on that.
That's what I was just gonna say. It's interesting considering she's only having sex with the same person.
And she hadn't seen him in 6 months and was still taking tests.
Yeah.
Because she went and got her nails done and they nicked her cuticle, so she took an HIV test.
Mhm.
She skinned her hand on, like, a Subway. She went and took an HIV test.
This
Like,
is some 1982 shit.
this is some 1982 shit, but this is mental illness. This isn't
Yeah.
rational thinking,
No, no.
particularly if she's a nurse. If she's
Yep.
a nurse, she knows better, but
Mhm.
it's not that.
Well, that's what I'm
It's
saying. In
that.
1982, that's how we thought
Oh,
AIDS was
sure,
spread around like wildfire.
sure, and it's not, to be
Yeah.
clear, it's really not, and he thinks that this is gonna impact their intimacy.
Mhm.
In a perfect world, they would be monogamous, but it's a catch 22 because if she fully transitions, he loses things that he enjoys. And they're trying to figure out how to navigate all of this. And he really just does want them both to be happy.
Yeah.
So now we go out to lunch at this lovely place called La Boheme. I would like to go there. And Sean just orders for them. And this kind of weirds me out a little bit because I really don't like it when people just order for people
I
without
know, me
checking in
too.
on them.
Yep.
Like,
Although they may have had the conversation
they may have and
and
they
we
just
didn't
didn't
see it.
show it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe she likes Sean to order because his English because she's nervous about
Yeah.
her English
Like
or
I
whatever.
ordered last night for us, but like we decided together what we were getting.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Or, like, if we go to a restaurant and I run to the bathroom while the waiter comes, Todd
Mhm.
knows to get me a Diet Coke. Like,
Mhm.
I guess, I don't know. I'm just watching everything with these 2 to
Mhm.
see what's going on.
Mhm.
So, Alliya says she's very happy with her new toothbrush situation with the little cover and everything. Sean asks if she's happy with the at home HIV testing, and she says this will make her feel safer. Okay,
Okay.
safe is good. He says, in the past year, has there been a month that you've gone without testing for HIV? And she says, well, it's been like 6 or 7 times.
Mm.
And he says, this feels like it's something else. Like this is starting to approach mental illness level nervousness. And Alliya says she even knows it's crazy. So I think she knows that this is not
Yeah.
rational at this
Yeah.
point. And Sean tells the story of her getting her nails done. So she had to test, and now she has to test for everything that feels dangerous to her.
Mhm.
And that's just not a way to live. Again, like you said, if it's impacting your daily life,
Yep.
it's a problem.
Yep.
And they had sex last night, and he wonders if this is going to, reignite all of her anxiety about STIs. And she asks about monogamy again. And he says, as long as they continue to, he says, be intimate, as long as they continue to bang and relate to each other sexually, they can be monogamous, no problem. But this sounds so not convincing
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah. I agree.
And Alliya says that non monogamy makes her uncomfortable. Primarily, it sounds like from the health standpoint.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like insecurity or fear of that. I think it's really about her health. And,
Mhm.
uh, the only, I'm going to go back on my like 80s soapbox. The truly only safe sex is never to have sex.
Yeah.
All sexual
Agreed.
activity comes with some level of risk. You can really manage that risk very well. And these 2
Agree.
can manage that risk very well.
Yep.
But whatever. And she's concerned that he is going to continue to want to be with men. Well, she should be because he does.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she now asks about surgery and if he will still be attracted to her. And he's concerned basically about her getting gender confirmation surgery. He's like, at first you talked about shaving down your brow bone and getting, like a butt lift and some hips and stuff to get more
Yeah.
curvy. And he's like, that's cool. I think he's just really afraid of genital based surgery, is what it
Yeah.
boils down to. Because
He's
he
not
likes her
attracted
genitals as they are.
he's not attracted to women.
No, now.
I mean,
And he likes
and that's not his fault.
No, he is who it is. These 2 are
Yeah.
just not compatible
Yeah.
because of this. And
Yeah.
it unless he can get over it, but she
Mhm.
shouldn't stop living her life.
I agree. I agree.
Um,
She's outgrowing him.
mhm, mhm. And she says that she can't say for now how much surgery she'll want to get. It's always gonna be changing, and he doesn't feel secure, but he understands that this is new for her just like it's new for him. They are very respectful of the fact that they're working through it. They
Yeah.
don't ever fight about it,
Mm-mm.
which is lovely. He doesn't want either of them to lose or give up something just to make this work. Good. That's the right answer. And Alliya says, I will always love you and always hold your hand. I thought this was very sweet. And I want to help guide, she says, I want to help guide him through this just as he guides me through it.
Yeah.
Okay. They love each other. They do. I may
They
not get
do.
it, but they
And
do.
she's outgrowing him, but to be clear, that's what happens when you date an 18-year-old.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right. And he says they share something special that goes beyond gender, but he has feelings for but he is attracted to men and isn't sure what will happen if all vestiges of basically her pre-transition body are gone.
Yeah.
And that's where we leave them. I'm worried about them.
Okay. That was a lot for them. I didn't
A
realize
lot.
how long that
Yeah, it was
was.
a lot. Yeah.
Hey everyone, stay tuned. Little Miss Recap will be right back after these words.
Okay. Let's do Juan and Jessica.
Okay.
There's not much. I have one paragraph.
Okay, cool. Because then we're going to get into the big hitters.
So, as Jake calls her, we're with Megin, which
Mhm.
is fantastic.
She's always Megin now. I was kind of sad we didn't get the Amandas with the extra M's, so I could have gone off on that, but
yeah.
whatever.
So, I mean, as an Amy with an E,
You're in no position to judge
Yeah,
anybody.
I can't judge anybody. Jess is worried that Megin is upset, and Megin cries and says, I feel like you have both lied to me. This woman is way too invested in this relationship. It's creepy and it's weird.
Much like I say all the time, Leo needs to get a hobby that isn't me.
Mhm.
Megin needs to get a hobby that isn't Jessica.
Yes, I agree. She says, I've had to work through this twice.
What do you have to work through?
I don't know. And I said on Reality Gaze, and I'll say it here. Megin needs to look deep inside herself and say, what? In
Why
other
am I so
words,
triggered by this?
not even that. Like, what kind of environment have I set up that Jessica doesn't feel comfortable enough to tell me these things?
Right.
Clearly, Jessica, and she says, I feel like you would have given me your opinions and I didn't want to hear them. So, in other words, you would have judged me.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
Yeah.
If you want people to tell you everything, then don't be a judgmental Nancy.
Yeah. I mean, if Todd cheated on me tomorrow, I would have no problem telling you.
Yes.
Because you wouldn't judge.
Yes.
You'd be
Correct.
supportive.
Correct. And
if
then
I said we're going to go burn his house down now, you'd be like, okay, I'll grab.
And then if in a
grab
month,
the fuel-soaked rags, let's go.
And then if in a month you were like, you know what, we worked through it and it's fine, I'd be like, great,
good.
Yeah.
Glad you're happy.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
dumb.
she says, Jessica says to Megin, look, I need you and Juan to be family too because you're like family to me. No. Mm-mm. Megin says, how am I ever going to trust Juan again? You don't need to trust Juan.
No.
He's not yours.
No.
Don't worry about it. And Jess is like, Megin is loyal to a fault. Okay. That's all I have.
Yeah.
Just Megin acting a fool.
I'm over them.
I'm
Okay.
over them too. Let's go to the
Let's go to the throuple.
Matt
I'm
Sharp
kind of over them
Jr.
too, but in an entirely different way.
Matt Sharp Jr. really in over his head here.
He's real useless. So we're going to go to a winery today. As we said on Reality Gaze, I'll say it here. We have to go to this resort. This is amazing. Wherever they are is amazing. And they're going to this winery. Amani, whatever her name is, rented an old classic car. It's an Edsel, which didn't Edsels like not run?
It's a great car.
It's beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Like, wasn't that like the whole thing? Like Edsels just kept blowing up and shit?
Probably.
Okay.
I don't really know much about them.
Okay. I do know that Edsel were manufactured in South Bend, Indiana, where Notre Dame is. South Bend used to be like a real thriving town. And then when the Edsel happened and they left the auto market there.
Yeah.
Everything in Notre Dame.
Like Flint, Michigan.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of those steel towns and car towns, like Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Which we're a coal town. But
still.
I'm going to recommend Roger and Me for any of you who've never seen it. Michael
Roger and
Moore's
Me's
first
so good.
documentary. Fantastic.
So good. So I'm not sure why they rented this fancy car other than to be fancy, but that's fine.
Yeah. It's
So
cool. I'm here for it.
she wants us to know also that she arranged this private winery tour. It's very important.
Mm.
The driver asks if they're having a good time. Now we have to do the Cody Brown thing where we have to throw in the driver's face that we are a throuple because no one gives a fuck. And Amani says that they feel like that they're in a good place after their throuple rules, but we're still stuck
That were
on
written on the smartphone notes.
right, exactly, in our WhatsApp conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But we're still stuck on Amani feeling like she's being hidden.
Yeah.
And the driver asks if Ani's family knows about this and what's up. And Ani's finally like, somebody gets this.
Yeah, this
Guys.
driver's like, guys, her family is not going to be okay with this. This is
No.
tough.
This isn't. Amani's so caught up on the throuple thing. When Ani talks to her family about this, she is coming out in multiple ways to her very conservative Catholic family.
Yes. Who are not going to be okay with this.
No.
Driver has warned us, and I believe him.
I believe him too. She has got to do this in the pace that makes sense for her, in the time that makes sense for her. She knows her family. This isn't about hiding Amani.
But
this is about her being safe with her family.
So just to play devil's advocate here, then why do this? Why invite them?
Well, because we're on a TV show.
Yeah.
But I agree with you.
Yeah,
this is not the way to do this.
Just come to Tijuana, pick me up. Let's go to your place in California. Like, let's leave my family out of it.
Right. Right. Yeah. It really bothers me that they are so not seeing her as a human with her own emotions.
Yeah, I agree.
I hate Amani so much.
I hate her too.
And they
I hate
all
Matt Sharp Jr. too.
I do too. They're all weird. I like Ani. That's it.
Yeah, me too.
They're all weirdly holding hands as they walk up to this vineyard together. And
it had a real Three's Company feel to it.
And she said, finally, we're making new memories together. What? What?
Okay. That aren't just you in a nurse's uniform on the phone.
Right. Like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Oh, God, I forgot about that. That feels like 9 years ago. So they get glasses of champagne and then the tour. And at first I'm like, what? Are we doing no tasting? But then they do go back and have some tasting happening. Amani says, cheers to us. And Ani says she's hoping for a good night. Amani, as they're walking through the winery, just grabs the flowers that are used there for decoration and shoves them in Ani's hands.
Yep.
Okay. Amani walks through the world going, everything is for me.
It's very Tom and Daisy Buchanan, Great Gatsby.
Yes. Like, she is such an entitled bitch.
You just use people and break things and don't care about who has to clean it up.
It's awful. So Amani says they are stronger and closer together, but they are always chasing that equal feeling. And she's feeling like things are going more towards Matt. He got the first kiss. He got to bang her alone for the first time.
Oh,
her family knows about him. Well, yeah, because he's a guy.
Yeah.
She can say Matt's my boyfriend, and she's not telling her family anything new about herself.
Correct. And
she's happy with the rules, but there's a growing closeness that's upsetting her, and she doesn't want to get jealous. Okay, first of all, if you don't want to get jealous, a throuple is not the situation for you, my friend.
This life is not for her.
No.
This life is not for her, period.
No. This life, this woman is so, I hate her so much. This is what I said on Reality Gaze. I said it here when we talked about couple to throuple. Anytime we've had a threesome, throuple is PhD level polyamory.
Yeah.
And there are always going to be imbalances. No one is always going to be the same amount in love with everybody at the same time.
Correct.
You know, like.
And like we said, they're exercising couples privilege and it's gross.
It's gross. Because
they're trying to lord that over her to get her to talk, to come out to her parents.
Right. They're manipulating her. It's all
gross.
They feel so entitled about her and owning her, and I hate it. So they get their photo taken, and Ani shows it to Matt, and Amani is literally trying to kill Ani with her eyes. She's looking there like. Zzz.
There's an element too of with Matt Sharp Jr. of like this white saviorism.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to go get this poor girl from Tijuana who's living this life, and I'm going to bring her to the great United States and give her this great life. Like, it's gross. It's gross on so many levels, this whole thing.
I don't like it in the least. And Ani asks her what she's thinking, and she says Amani was quiet in the car. She's like, well, last time we were in the car, I had so much information thrown at me. What? You didn't
Whatever.
Have information thrown at you. Shut up. Can you tell I don't like this woman? And Ani picks up that Amani isn't being open, and she just doesn't understand what the big deal is. She continues to be hurt that she's being introduced as just a friend.
Mm.
Why did Matt get to be the boyfriend and she's just the friend? Are you this fucking stupid?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
Ani says when she gets there, she will tell her family what's going on. And Matt wants to know that she'll tell them before. And she's like, fuck no.
Mm.
I am not like picking up the phone and telling them this.
Yeah.
We're doing a slow roll in person. I am
Yeah.
managing
And
the
you
shit
guys
out of
are
this.
my friends.
Right. And until I say differently, this is the story we're going with.
And I don't blame her.
I don't blame her either. And if these two people actually loved her and valued her as a person, they'd be like, whatever you need to be comfortable is
They
fine.
would say, you need to do this at your own pace, in your
Yes.
own way, and we're here to support you.
Right. Because we love you and we want to be with you. So we'll
Yep.
take as long as we need. Oh. Amani's like, I can't do this. Matt then tries to mansplain what's happening as Amani looks like she's dissociating.
Mm-hmm.
Then Ani is feeling forced and pressured to do it on their timeline. Yeah, because they don't give a fuck about your timeline, girl.
Right.
Amani just wants to feel that Ani wants this and wants to be with them. Okay, what thus far has told you she doesn't want this or want to be with you? And then gives her a hard time about not telling the people in her life about them, which she did. We saw her tell her friend at the strip club.
Mm-hmm.
So she's told somebody at least. Her family, her kids know about this.
Yeah.
So Amani says she's done and walks off, and she just wants to go home and go back to her kids. And you can't turn a whore into a housewife.
Wow.
Now, I saw or heard somebody say something about this.
Did she say that? I missed that.
Mm-hmm. It sounded like this might be a lyric to a song, but I'm Googling it, and God knows what I'm going to come up here.
Jesus. I missed that terrible trash.
Listen to You Can't Turn a Hoe into a Housewife on Spotify.
Oh, okay. Is this going to be like a Kendrick Lamar situation?
It's a song by Richard Redding, G-Funk House of Love.
Okay, we need to stop. Back up.
Take away from this. We're gonna look real dumb real quick.
Back out of this situation.
This is not a place for us.
Let's just say we think she was quoting a song. Okay, let's move forward.
I know nothing about. Did the Indigo Girls sing about this? Because if not, I know nothing. I know nothing.
Did John Lennon have an opinion on turning a wife into a house?
He probably actually did.
Did John Lennon have an opinion on turning a whore to a housewife? Because if not, I don't know.
I don't know. Again, let's go girl song about I know nothing. So now this woman is sobbing Robin Brown style.
Yeah.
Because there is not a single and she is wearing a dress that is so low on her back with her mic pack right at the bottom. I'm like, we are seconds from a butt crack situation.
Yes.
Mere
tears. Not one tear.
Mere millimeters and not a tear to be found.
Not a tear to be seen.
And Matt and Ani are just sitting there while Amani is crying, and it's kind of amazing because they're both just like, hey, so what do we do now?
What's going on here?
Matt asks if Ani knows why she's so upset, and she's like, not really. And Amani's wailing like a fool in the corner. Matt tries to go to talk to Amani, and in a talking head says, since they got there, they've uncovered a lot of deception. What? What deception?
Okay.
You've uncovered no deception.
No.
Ani even looks at her watch to see how long she has to put up with this bullshit before she goes to see Mom. The looking at her watch gave me life.
How long is this going to take?
Right. How long
got somewhere
put
to
up
be
with this ridiculousness to get to America? It's fine. And Ani goes over and just says, I love you over and over. And Amani wants to ask why she lied. And so Matt now leaves to go get jackets because he knows he's in way over his head in this conversation.
Yes. He
doesn't know what the script is, so he just leaves.
Yep.
Ani just says, I love you. And Amani, oh, wait, so I said that. Ani is so sweet, and Amani is just such an asshole.
Yeah.
I want the world to know you're taken. She confronts her, saying, you're really into this? Ugh.
Okay.
Ani says in a talking head, basically, with like mere seconds from her eyes rolling out of her fucking face. Because she's open with everyone, she wants everyone open with her, and this isn't the same. You're right, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
I agree.
And Amani says, I want your words and your actions to match. And Ani asks, what do you want? And this bitch says, I want your words and actions to match. Don't you ever listen to me?
Okay. This was very Ruby Frankie.
Uh-huh.
In like, "Oh, look at me calendaring. Get the fuck to bed."
Yes.
This was very that.
Uh-huh.
And, we saw the real Amani in
Oh,
that
yeah.
moment. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we
Don't you
saw
ever listen to me?
Yep, we saw how she talks to her kids, how she
Yeah.
probably talks to Matt Sharp Jr. behind closed doors. Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't think it's unfair for Ani to say, I want, she says, I want your words and actions to match. And Ani goes, well, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Because to her, her words and actions are matching.
Right.
So what do you mean? Also, let's remember for a second, English isn't Ani's first language.
Correct.
So she
Yep.
might have questions sometimes, and it's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
So Ani immediately capitulates and says she'll tell all of her people. And once Amani gets her way, she says she's ready to go home. Now Amani rants about loving Ani and wanting things to work and change. And Ani says this is hard and she doesn't understand. And Ani walks off and Matt and Amani follow. And Ani says she's leaving and Amani demands that she come back and talk to her.
Mhm.
No, nope, 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 nope,
Mm-mm.
nope. She's sitting there, don't you walk away from me.
I
Fuck
know.
off.
I know.
Ani
I
says,
have no doubt that this woman is a monster
oh,
behind
yeah,
closed
this woman
doors.
is awful.
Mhm.
And Ani says, you're not my owner. Good for you, girl, because she's
Good.
not. And Ani says, I don't work for you. You like drama, me no.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Amani says she likes to make a point,
Mm.
which is drama, you bitch. Ani is now scared she's going to lose this whole thing. You can see she's like, this is my ticket out of my situation
I
with my
know. And she has
kids.
to
So,
capitulate.
right, I got to roll this back.
Mhm.
And Ani now gets the impact of the power differential in this relationship
Mhm.
and says she doesn't need it. She can take care of herself, which she
Mhm.
can. She's been doing it for a long time. Brain Trust Matt over here says, I don't think that went very well. And Amani says, is that the best you can say? And walks off. And this might be the first and only moment I will be with Amani going, yeah, this guy's a dolt.
I wonder if Daddy Sharp is like, I need to get my baby boy out of there.
Maybe.
He's in danger.
He is in real danger, actually. So Amani confronts Ani again. And now Ani knows where her bread is buttered and begins the love bombing of Amani.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love you more than him. She even says he comes as part of the package.
Yeah.
It's you I'm into. It's you I want to be with.
This was
Brilliant.
wild.
It was wild and brilliant on Ani's
Mhm.
part.
Mhm.
Ani knows exactly what she's doing, just kissing up. And Amani wonders when and how to tell Matt that. You don't have to tell Matt anything. I mean,
No,
other than
no,
it's on a
stop.
TV show.
Yeah.
And she waited so long for this validation and isn't sure if she's giving her what she wants to hear.
Mm.
I hate Amani so much.
I do too.
We're
She's so
putting her in the
manipulative.
pantheon of really bad fucking people on
Yeah.
90 Day.
Yeah.
So that's where we leave them.
Do we have a next time on?
We do have a next time on because you asked me to take it for you.
Yes.
Next time on, Joan tries to make Greg work out. Doesn't go good. He has an interview and she says, I hope you don't screw this up. And he's beginning to think she doesn't believe in him. And she says, I'll leave if you don't get a job. Sean says he doesn't really want to marry Alliya to his friend. And then his friend asks why he's doing it. And the friend says, Alliya should get the love she deserves. And this may not be it. Ding, ding, ding.
Mm.
Maddie asks Steve for Stevie's hand in marriage, sort of. And her dad asks if he's committed. Amani, once again, doesn't want to be a secret after putting her whole life on the line. What did you put on the line? And how hard this is for her. And Ani tells her to calm down. I'm looking forward to that.
Mm.
Mina tells Mark, or learns that Mark may have wanted to be with his ex Jade and is going to have lunch with her.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to
I
that
feel
too.
like Mark's got a lot of exes.
I feel like Mark has a wake behind him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You ready to check in on our children?
Yes, let's go for it. Let's get our kids here.
By the way, did I mention last week that I don't think anybody cares about this because people are like, do not stop
Do not stop. People care.
tracking Merlin and Title.
You did say, she's like, does anybody care about this or is this just for us? And people came at us and said, no, they need to know. So here we are. Go for it. Give it. Oh,
Okay. Let's start. You're not supposed to look ahead of time.
I'm sorry.
All right. You go first since you're looking.
So Yuki is exactly where Yuki started. Is literally in the exact same place.
Oh my God. Did he go back to get his tracker fixed?
Maybe in the middle of the ocean. I'm sure there's like a little depot where he
like
can
a
get his
little
tractor.
gas station.
He is like feet away from where he started this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
On where did he start? On August 6th, 2022.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, but he's still just running around the Dutch Caribbean.
Okay.
That's all he's doing.
All right, let's check on my children.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to do title first, of course.
That's the good one. Who hasn't
Mhm.
abandoned you for other mothers.
Yep. Here we go. For those of you who may be new here, my sister bought me 2 humpback whales, like purchased them for me. I now own them.
Oh, yeah. By the way, Yuki is a hawksbill turtle. He's about 1 meter in size, which means he's about 4 feet.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Title is a humpback whale. He is my baby boy. He
Yes.
is bigger than 15 meters.
Which is over 50 feet.
Yeah.
People said they were missing my translation for everybody.
Let's get a little glimpse here. Okay. Now, if you recall, he was in danger last week.
Right.
Because we thought he was too close. He's now moving away.
Okay.
Okay.
He's not beaching himself.
No, he's
Okay,
not going to beach himself. But he's moving north, and that's not going to help things.
No.
So let's just
Go
say,
east, young man. Go east.
let's just say what I say a lot. My child continues to disappoint me here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's go to Merlin. Merlin is my baby girl.
Mm-hmm.
She is just under 15 meters.
Well, and she's also a 2-time in hoe.
Yeah, she is. Well, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife.
That's right. That's right. Does that apply to whales too? I don't know.
Okay. Oh, she's out there living her best life again. Wow. She is further north than she has been in a while.
Okay.
She might be able to head towards us.
Okay.
See, she's on the upswing there.
Yes, she is. Yes,
Yeah.
she is.
She is still. My whales are both by New Zealand, guys. Actually, Title is over by Queensland. So
Okay.
he's over by
Australia.
Okay. But she is chilling around New Zealand. And I don't know. She looks like she might be headed up to Tonga.
Oh.
And if you're getting to Tonga, you're near Samoa.
Small. Maybe she could go see a Swaloo.
And you're getting closer, it means. You're getting closer. Okay. So
Maybe
there we go.
Will help her for a little while.
That's been Pet Corner.
Whale and Turtle Corner.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Yeah. All right. Well, we said it all.
We sure have.
We have to go record the tell-all, which... Let me give everyone, like I always do, a little update of what's coming this week for you. So besides me having a bunch of doctor's appointments.
Same. I have a bunch of doctor's appointments this week too.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're going to get your yellow jackets on Tuesday. You're going to get Last Resort on Tuesday. You're going to get... No, you're not. I'm lying. We're recording yellow jackets on Tuesday. I'm sorry.
Right. You'll get it Wednesday.
Okay. Wednesday, you are now getting yellow jackets and you might be getting Gypsy Rose, depending on when Corey and Carly are going to drop theirs.
Yep.
Thursday, you're getting Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Friday, you're getting Real Talk and you're getting nothing else, just Real Talk. And then on Saturday, you're getting Reality Roundup.
Yay, it's back.
It's back. Reality Roundup or a documentary. I haven't decided yet. You know what I'll do? I'll pull the BDFs.
Okay. I was going to say we should do a reality roundup. There's a lot to catch up on.
Okay, let's do that and we'll do a documentary next Saturday.
Yeah, there's a lot to catch up on.
Okay, because they want us to do a documentary. So.
I know, but they also really want reality roundup. So
okay, Reality Roundup, you heard, coming back this Saturday.
Yes, and if the decision is wrong, you can come after me, not Amy.
Okay, there you go. You heard it. Okay. All right, guys, thanks so much for listening. If you enjoy what you hear and want to support the show, please consider becoming a Twin Flame by signing up for our Patreon, Supercast, or Apple subscriptions, where you're getting a ton of bonus content right now.
Yes.
We're just raw dogging you with content over there.
It was interesting at Podcast Movement. People ask, like, how often does your show drop? We're like, every day.
How about that guy telling us that there's a podcast that does twice a day?
Mm-hmm. But he was also telling us that they're like 15-minute shows.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
That made me feel a little bit better.
Yeah. Like, we're not doing that.
No.
Ever. All right, guys.
Things twice a day, but yeah, it's different.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Amanda, thank you for showing up.
Amy, thank you.
And we'll talk to you next week.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to Little Miss Recap. If you'd like to support the show, the best way you can do that is to join our Twin Flame universe, which is our Patreon, Supercast, and Apple subscription feeds. The links for those are in the show notes. You get ad-free episodes and a ton of bonus content. You can also subscribe to the feed so you don't miss an episode, share the show with a friend, and leave a 5-star review. To contact the show, please email me directly at amy@littlemissrecap.com or join our Facebook group Backdoor Friends. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.